Live, baby face. Of all, he made a name for himself. He was putting face on it. That's your guy now?
Young Buck, like stop what's feeding me the Young Buck. I don't want to see him everywhere.
Live, baby face. Of all, he made a name for himself. He was putting face on it. That's your guy now?
Young Buck, like stop what's feeding me the Young Buck. I don't want to see him everywhere.
What up?
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another rendition, episode 12 of Smarkin Around Live. I am your host, Carl Smarks, and as usually joined by Joe, Triple J, and our new host, newest one, Ray, Second City Rain. What's up, guys?
What up?
Hello.
What up?
Man, it's Thursday. You know I am feeling it good. I am hyped for today's episode. And it's almost Friday and end of the week.
Thank
We
God.
got a major PLE coming. So there's just no better time to be alive than right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clash of the Castle in 2 nights. I am very excited.
Right, Joe. How you feeling about this new PLE coming up? The Clash, not new. I think this is the second time.
The second
Yeah,
one.
this is the
second one.
second annual, I guess. Clash the Castle. Of course, we got the big Scottish warrior
Oh yeah,
going against El Campeon.
that's
Oh,
gonna. But
I think-
before we dive into it, since it's fresh on our minds, let's cover some AEW stuff, guys.
Yeah, let's start off with some AEW.
Start off
What's
with
going
AEW.
on?
First and foremost,
I even got a Pepsi.
well, we are on the road to
for
Forbidden Door.
AEW fans. We are on the road for Forbidden Door. What iteration of the Forbidden Door is this?
Well,
Is
we
this
got
This is the
MJF.
third annual.
Third annual.
Yes, sir.
How you guys feel about the crossover with New Japan?
I love it.
I like it. They crossovers to other brands, other promotions. I like it. Why not? It's like interleague play.
Yeah, I think they should do a little more of that. Well, I think they're doing some Noah stuff at WWE as well, and obviously the TNA stuff. But this New Japan crossover with AEW is awesome because it brings over a lot of wrestlers from New Japan and that we might have not heard of if you're not following the product because it's obviously on a different continent, right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, it showcases other talents from other countries, and it gives an unfamiliar look to the superstars, to the talents that you're already used to. So
Right. Hell yeah. I mean, it's
Agreed.
awesome and it's a different style of wrestling, I guess, on that end of the world as well. Obviously a strong style and New Japan and stuff like that. But I mean, we kicked off that show, the Dynamite show with Swerve Strickland coming out, right? With Prince Nana. That always gets me hyped. That entrance is probably one of my favorite entrances in
Oh,
wrestling
absolutely.
right now.
dance, man.
Trying to
Swerve's
hype up
house.
The
Swerve's
Nana-
house.
Swerve's house.
If you're live, are you guys doing the Swerve dance?
Yeah.
It's
it
a
up.
good dance. I swear to God, to be honest with you, I love that dance so much. You'll catch me doing it at work when no one's watching. It's that good.
Yeah, when when no one's watching, but they pan to the crowd, and sometimes I'm like, man, some people just don't got no rhythm, and I'm probably one of those people, so I can't talk too much, but
Oh man, it would be nice to see like the whole crowd doing the Nana dance. A sea of Nana dance, just like how in the WWE you see the whole entire crowd doing the yes chant and the yeet, and the list goes on. It would be so
Yeah.
nice if the AEW crowd was in unison, just like how WWE crowds are.
I mean, it's hard to do. I mean, you gotta have rhythm for that one. You can't just, or put your hands up. It's kind of, it's a little swagger over there.
It's pretty easy.
I mean,
It's
for you,
interactive.
maybe. But it's acquired dance. You gotta. I mean, some people just. I'm one of them, so just don't have rhythm. But
Practice
anyway,
makes
he
perfect.
came out and
Well,
hyping up the Forbidden Door event.
the elites came out and spoiled that pop, boy.
They did. They issued an
Kazuchika.
open challenge, right?
For blood and
Yeah.
guts.
Blood and guts after this Forbidden Door pay-per-views. See, this is the thing I don't like about the EVPs or the Young Bucks, right? They always try to
Yeah.
put themselves in that top level, but now with FTR gone, right? Because Dax got injured. Who's next
Oh yeah.
on their radar?
Who's next on their radar? That's a good question.
Who's next on their
Well,
radar? The Acclaimed? The Acclaimed,
Based on
right?
what we saw last night, it's clearly the Acclaimed, and for some reason, I do not know why people are so have soured on the Acclaimed. I don't get it.
I think the Acclaimed is great, and we got our
They're
one-ish
fun to watch.
day
They're very
one-ish.
entertaining.
Pallone hating on Cody one more time. We'll
That's
get
right.
to it. We'll get to
Cody
it.
hated you.
We'll get to Cody's segments and stuff like that. But thank you for tuning in, Pallone, man. You've been here since day one. We appreciate every time you come in and engage with us. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so
A non-Cody crybaby in the building.
non-Cody crybaby. There you go. A total
That's
tribal chief lover, or acknowledge him. He is the man as
yeah.
well.
Speaking of which, where's Johnny? Johnny Boy, the Cody Crybaby. They're our resident
Johnny
Cody
Boy couldn't make it in
Crybabies
today. He'll be here the next time. It's all good. We have conflicting schedules sometimes. He said he's working his 12 hours. He can't make it. Needs his beauty rest. I understand. I've been there.
Yes,
12-hour days.
Shit happens. Shit happens. It's part of life. So, but it's okay. For those of you who are watching, you got the three of us. You got Carl, Triple J, and myself, yours truly, carrying it for this week. So we're gonna proceed to give you what you need, and that is the best content that we can provide.
Right, and just for the viewers, new viewers or returning viewers, you already know we're not experts, we're not critics, we're not giving you ratings of matches, star ratings of what you should watch. We're giving our honest opinions on what we see as fans, and that's what we're here for, to engage with
Just like you
guys.
guys.
And it's just 3 dudes,
Carl
4
Smarks
dudes. Yeah, I mean, so let's just keep going. We had
hold on.
Swerve's promo.
Let's talk about the more significant member of the Rhodes family, Dustin, formerly known as Goldust,
taking on Mr. Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. He's now the scapegoat, formerly known as Jungle Boy. I don't know.
Like the name.
I think Dustin may need to hang it up. He's had a great run. Didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship against Samoa Joe. I don't know. He's taking way too much abuse. He's getting busted open every week. He had a hell of a match against Jack Perry, but I don't know. Where's Dustin Rhodes going from here?
Well, Perry won with that
Rhodes for
right?
you. They have no problem bleeding for the business.
Yeah, I mean,
that is true. But when it comes to Dustin, I'd like to see him maybe get behind the scenes in the business more, maybe outside of the ring.
I could see that, yeah. I could see that happening.
I remember him, weird guy, but now I like him. I like him a lot more now.
So the end result was
too much beating.
The end result was Jack Perry, right, advancing for that what's that championship? The TNT championship ladder match.
The TNT title. Yes, that was always the plan. They're making Jack Perry go through hoops just to get to the TNT title, rather than them handing it to him easily, just for him to win the title in the end. For the heel heat, just to
Right.
give this new elite some more momentum and make all 4 members hold championship gold. That is the direction that they're going.
Yeah, I feel that.
We saw it. We see it from a mile away.
Right.
The writing is on the wall.
It's there. I mean, they wanted to give it to him right away, straight away, right? Right after Adam Copeland got injured. That's
Exactly
cool. I
it.
mean, the lead's gonna hold all the gold. Is that all cool, or
I
should
like
they?
it. I mean, it's not the first time we see the elite holding a lot of gold, but this will help Jack Perry in the long run. I mean, he's a heel. You got to give him that momentum. So, how to give him some more momentum and heel hate? Put the TNT title on him.
You're right, Palone. We are real
That way,
fans.
that'll have the audience.
Yeah, I mean,
Experts are cool.
Yeah, we're Cody Crybabies. I guess you can call us that.
Could we see
Yeah.
another perhaps blood situation going on with the elite here? One faction holding all the gold for a period of time can get stale, admittedly. But you'll have 3 separate titleists in one faction. I don't like the looks of that.
It's not the best
It's just
direction, I think.
Yeah, it's
But
oversaturation with the.
But I'm not partial to what's their name, the Young Bucks. I'm not seeing it. I think they should get off screen for a while. But then who's gonna hold those tag team championships?
That is the question. That is the question. I believe.
Yeah.
Those for a while, and it's gonna give them so much heat. It makes the audience wonder who's gonna beat them for those titles. It's gonna make the people beg anybody to beat them for those titles. And when they do, whoever it will be, whoever dethrones the elite, the Bucks for those titles, the pop will be big.
Yeah, that's giving me a sour taste in my mouth.
Are at the
Bucks.
Right now, they have a lot of heel heat, especially with the whole villain, drunk with power, EVP power that they have. Like, it's working. They're doing a good job at making the audience hate them. That's what they're going for.
Yes, yes, and no. I mean, but like the character wise, I like it. But like I hear these other talk about and how they're booking talent, and it's just that's what sours me on the Young Bucks most of the time. It's kind of a very nepotistic, or is that the right word? Nepotistic. Like they look out for their friends as more than building the right person at the right time. That's where I'm getting with the Young Bucks at this point. So
sure,
not to be rude, but nepotism is when they favor their own family members
or someone close to them, right?
Yeah.
Someone pretty close to them.
They're being favoritism.
Yeah. So they're favoring their really close friends, or people who they've been in the industry for a long time with, to get those push, and like they're bearing the other up and coming newer
others down. We've seen that for many years in different companies.
Yeah, I mean it's human nature, right, to favor your friends over doing the right thing for business. So I feel like that's
secret.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're marks more than bosses.
Yeah, I guess you can see it like that. It's like, you ever work for a boss that like you're like, I know I'm better than this person. I could do a better job. Like I think everybody's been there. You've worked.
I don't want that.
I think everybody's been there, and you're like, I could probably do a better job than this guy. And I think that's how some people feel over there on AEW. But I think that's how a lot of people are gonna feel anyway. But more
Yeah,
AEW,
you
man. We had
might be
what
right.
else? We had the AEW International Championship, right? International
The
is that?
the
Yeah, Will
international
Ospreay
championship,
versus
Ray
Ray
Phoenix. It was a
Phoenix.
pretty wow, what a lit main event. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was a really good
It
match.
was the chemistry was off the charts.
I don't know if I think they ran it back. I think this is from a previous encounter they had before as well.
Yeah,
But
I
Will
do.
Ospreay
That's what
pretty much
they're
faced
saying.
everybody in the industry these days, right? You could trace him back to like Ricochet
He
back
has.
in Japan, and he's been around for a while. Like you guys said last show, international superstar, and he just keeps
Oh
getting
yeah, and
showing us on
Osprey
AEW.
has pretty much been everywhere except WWE.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either. I
No.
don't think the schedule for him is conducive to his what he wants right now, and good on him, right? Because it's not for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the WWE schedule is very demanding, hence why their talent has so many injuries. They really need to cut back on the house shows, but that's just my opinion. This is just me looking out for the good and the health of the talent that the WWE has.
Yeah, they do have a very grueling travel schedule.
It's
And their
insane.
circuit, their loops they do, it's crazy how they all these house shows, dark matches and stuff like that. So yeah, they're on the road forever, and it obviously interferes with your family life. And it's
Yeah,
good on him
there's
that
no
he
off season.
understands that stuff. You know, he knows what he wants. He's at a point in his career where he's getting the the compensation from AEW, what he feels he deserves, and he's having a better schedule for it.
Well,
Not to say that he can't grind, as Triple H said it prior.
that's where it would benefit the WWE to do inter-promotionals and cross promotions with other companies, to introduce a new roster. I mean, WWE does have a pretty deep farm system in NXT, and they develop them well, but
Oh, so
that's
well.
bringing that element into their shows would, I think, benefit them for sure. um,
Yeah,
but
like you still need a farm feeder, right? So you'll have your farm system, which is NXT, and then what feeds, what other promotion can you bring under that umbrella to feed new talent up through? You know what I mean?
well, they brought up Jordan Grace from
Right, from TNA.
that's a start right there. I mean,
Jordan
Yeah.
that's
Grace.
a titleist. She's their
Hello,
belt holder.
start.
Oh yeah, she's phenomenal. She looks great. Her look, her image, her character just
Big
looks
Mama Pump.
what you need. Yeah, right. What you need in what WWE kind of
She
looks for
has
these
she
days.
has all the tools.
Right? They're
You know,
doing something.
apparently, I mean, it's no secret that they're very interested in Jordan Grace, and rightfully so. It's being said, it's going around. The rumor has made the rounds that Jordan Grace's contract is up in 2025. So I could see WWE making her an offer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably in the cards.
But
I
another
feel
woman
like
I'm very
this past weekend was just testing the waters.
yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with the TNA thing and the NXT thing and the WWE stuff. But another woman
Yeah,
I'm
hopefully we
really
get
hyped
that
about
worlds collide.
is Mina Shirakawa
Mina Shirakawa,
Yeah,
oh, I love her.
facing Tony Storm. That match is gonna cook, guys. I mean, are
I
people
sure
sleeping
hope
on it?
so.
Or I haven't saw so much. I haven't saw too much. I saw a promo or a video clip or a package, whatever you want to see, of Mina
Yeah,
Shirakawa. First of all, it was very explicit, as they say, but it was awesome. Like she's beautiful and she's great in the ring, and she has that same star potential that we we are looking for, or the companies are looking for,
she,
right?
if any woman or any person on the women's roster on AEW is going to take the the title from Toni Storm, it's going to be Mina Shirakawa, because the way I see it, there's going to be a feud between them two over Mariah May. She's going to be the other title, if you will. Whose side is Mariah May going to go to? Whose side is she going to?
Man, that is a good question. I mean, she has a longer history with Mina Shirakawa. They go way back in the Stardom days.
Yeah. But then she's kind of Toni Storm's prodigy as well, her second coming.
She is.
So
I mean, I'm sorry.
Go on, Ray.
Not Mina. Mariah May. Right now she's currently a favorite among fans to potentially win the Women's Owen Hart Cup.
Yeah.
So maybe at All in Wembley we could get her versus either Timeless Toni for the title, or if Mina somehow wins the Forbidden Door, Mariah versus Mina. It could be friend versus friend, or it could be teacher versus student if Toni were to retain.
There's
it's a very
so
interesting
much
situation.
So much you could do. So much what they have in that women's division in AEW. It's pretty cool to see. And then, the other match was Mercedes Moné versus I can't pronounce her name. How do you pronounce her name? Zeuxis.
Zeuxis. The Puerto Rican luchador from CMLL.
CMM, yeah. I did this cross promotion stuff. I never saw her wrestle before in my life. I can't say
a lot of good wrestlers came from that promotion.
CMM, yeah, a lot of did, and isn't it like a more of a lucha brand where you have the high flying luchadors coming through?
It is. It's basically like the enemy territory of AAA.
They even bring AAA talents into AEW every so often.
Isn't Conan running AAA or somehow involved in it?
Conan, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years now.
He is. Vampiro too, no?
If I'm not mistaken, for sure, Conan is. I think he's still involved in Vampiro as well. But what do you guys make of this Mercedes Moné run right now, currently?
It's a slow burn.
Yeah. To me, it's. I think we're kind of being force-fed Mercedes Moné. Pushing her whole CEO persona, and she's been around the world and she's won plenty of titles, but I think she won that title too soon. It was a too soon situation, because I think they wanted to push the whole Chris Statlander
Willow
turn.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it too much either.
Few people have been saying that
with Willow Knight.
Mercedes.
Yeah, just not into it. The character, the wrestling's still there, right? I mean, you could tell she's kind of not all there, because she's obviously been off for a while because of the injury and just coming back, and probably not wrestling as much as she used to. So she could be a little rusty in the ring. But the character wise, I'm not totally behind right now. That's just me.
I'm just giving it some time, and the fact that she calls herself the CEO, it's like something that a heel would do. That's like made for a heel character, but right now she's been acting like a babyface. So I'm just waiting for her to turn heel, and then we can get the ball rolling as a heel CEO.
I would have liked to see that cook a little bit, and maybe give Sky Blue a little bit of promotion too. Give her a bump, because
I'm tired of seeing her being trapped in catering. What's up with that? Or maybe she's probably healing from some unknown injury that she might have suffered in the street fight that she had not too long ago. It's possible.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Chicago's very own,
Sky
right?
Blue.
Shout out to her.
Chicago,
Yeah,
one of
Chicago.
Chicago's sweethearts.
And we had a MJF, right? A MJF promo or something
Yeah,
like
there
that.
was a huge rivalry brewing against him and Roosh. Roosh just talking all
Ru-
sorts of crap.
Roosh.
Roosh.
They had a big fight outside the ring in the back, and this is going to be this sounds like a fun rivalry. There's no titles at stake, but this they're going to drag this out a little bit. This should be good.
It's gonna be great to see because MJF is phenomenal, like AJ Styles, but he's great. Like I love watching MJF on AEW TV. It's one of the highlights of the show.
He's our scumbag, and I'm surprised that we're getting the Roosh match next Wednesday.
Is it next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday. They're not waiting till Forbidden Door. They're giving it to us next week.
Commercial free. Commercial free
Yes,
all the
at the start of the show. I just love that. I love when TK or NXT they give us commercial free matches, because I've said for a while now that when a good match is going on, of course they switch to picture in picture, but that kind of hurts the match for me. Like, I like to watch the whole thing. That's why sometimes when they book a good match, whether it's the WWE or AEW or NXT, they book a really good match. I usually say, oh, they should save it for a pay-per-view. That way, no commercials, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. How do you guys
And
feel
no
about
time limits.
picture in picture? I hate it.
Picture in picture. I mean, it's you might as well watch the.
I mean, I appreciate I can watch the match. I just don't appreciate that I can't hear the match. I wish we had the option whether we want to listen to the commercial or the match. But unfortunately, technology has not come to that point yet. Maybe someday.
Unless you're like Dave Meltzer and doesn't listen to the show, he watches it on mute. But anyway, moving forward.
Oh Jesus.
Well, we got Takeshita, right? Is that right?
Takeshka.
Takeshka. So I looked
Inosuke
this up
Takeshka.
how to actually say it in Japanese, and they're kind of saying it differently. But Takeshita.
No.
Takeshita.
Yeah. I
That
thought it was
guy-
Takeshita as well.
Takeshita. Yeah. So it's like Takeshita. Takeshita.
It's
Something like that.
some of the vowels are
Yeah.
silent or said very quickly, like almost non-existent. Silent.
Yeah, it's like trying to pronounce Okada's first name.
Yeah. I mean, but hey,
Kazuchika.
great talent.
But
And
we
what
got the
did they have going on with him?
commentators to help us.
They were in a trios match, right? We had him and Kyle Fletcher, right? Am I right? And
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher,
and,
the Ring of Honor World
Kyle
Television
Fletcher.
Champion.
and
The
there was a trios match. Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy. Finally, they got Orange sometime on Dynamite. I like that they're bringing him back up. Roderick Strong, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita.
Oh, he's a top star. He's one of the pillars, Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy, I think, has been one of the greatest workhorses of the past year. He's there. He switched back to his old theme song, and that guy's just. I'd like to give him a title back. Well, he was former international champion, and they're hinting at a heel turn sort of with the Don Callis family. They're making that, they're pushing that narrative a little bit. But for me, just in terms of like just a worker, he is probably the greatest of so far of 2024 for me.
Wow, that's a big honor.
I think so. Orange Cassidy deserves that.
He made the international title what it is, and that man, he deserves his flowers.
He does. He's
Great
from where.
worker.
He's always been fun to watch. Never a dull moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Great work.
Whether he's being sleazy or whether he's being serious, that man is a real workhorse.
Absolutely.
I hope
Great
to
work.
see him win more gold sometime down the road.
So leading up to Forbidden Door, let's talk a little bit. Let's swerve back to Swerve and Osprey. I
Oh
picked
yeah,
Osprey to take that gold. What do you guys think? You think it's his time
me
to be
too.
dual champion?
I mean, I'm surprised that we're getting this match already in Forbidden Door. I'm surprised TK's choosing not to wait till Wembley. But after what we saw last night, after the way Dynamite ended with Osprey just snatching the AEW heavyweight title from Swerve and putting it on his shoulder along with the international title, like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Is this a tease of what's to come? Or is this a sign that it's not going to happen right now? It's kind of hard to tell because we still have what, 2 weeks before Forbidden Door?
Anything could happen in those
Like
2
another
weeks.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. That's true.
So
I can't give a full answer.
Do you like dual champions when it's just for a secondary title and the world heavyweight title where you can't unify it? You think they're gonna try to unify it at some point? Because I mean,
No.
like we talked about last episode, that saturating the market with these belts that oversaturated in AEW. They won't unify this secondary belt with the world heavyweight belt.
I don't think they will.
No, I don't see a unification there because they need that secondary title for the men's division.
Yeah, I mean, you got the TNT title, you got the international title, and you have the Continental title. That's 3 secondary titles for you right there. They need
And
it.
then you have
I mean, if anything, sure, the learning tree. You have.
Are we ever gonna touch on that?
Both titles, I don't think we should.
Do you want to touch on that? Do you want to touch on the learning tree right now? A lot of people are actually, kind of drawing to him, kind of
Because the way he's acting, all positive and happy, and next to everybody backstage, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. It's kind of like, I don't know, the second coming of the Jericho Appreciation Society, even though there's only 2 members. But I think the membership is going to grow. It's a little gimmicky, but it's funny.
Is he growing on you?
He's making it work. Work.
But I think they are going to run into a wall named Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata eventually.
You think so?
I think they're running into that wall. They're going to spread the positivity and all the fun stuff, but those 3, Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata, are kind of starting to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, and people are enjoying Joe and Hook as a tag team.
Yeah, that unification is looking pretty strong. I like how that's looking.
Any final words on AEW this week before we jump ship?
Let's see. I miss Julia Hart. Let's see. Besides that, looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing more as it develops as we are on the road to the Forbidden Door.
I think both companies, AEW and WWE, for this summer, they're doing a really good job, like competing, like promoting competing premium live events. They can put on
good shows, especially AEW. I mean, they have been striking gold with their pay-per-views so far this year. I mean, it would be so nice if their weekly shows such as Dynamite and Collision could. I just wish their shows had full capacity, in these arenas. And granted, this was WWE at one point years ago.
Oh yeah,
so every company has their drought.
But if you're worried about capacity, why not just switch to a smaller venue like WCW did? And
That's what
Disney
people
and
are. That's what people are saying.
just to do a static location instead of traveling around to these huge arenas. Make the production quality brilliant. You know, get your drone shots or whatever views or different camera
Like Daly's
angles.
place.
Focus, yeah. So something like that. But like,
I think the production is there. It's just, I guess it's just brand recognition that's affecting their ticket sales. I mean,
guess.
they're on cable networks.
They are.
Yeah.
give the cameramen
And
the
they're
flowers.
they're funded by a billionaire family. So we don't have to worry about AEW going away anytime soon. It's just, I don't know, maybe they have the talent, they have the star power.
Yeah.
Maybe they
But again,
just I did say something controversial this week that maybe they should stop going to these non-wrestling towns. Go to where the strong markets are.
that is, yes, true. Carl and I went to Peoria, and that was not even half full. And yeah, if they stick to the bigger markets and promoting those bigger markets, I think they'll do a way better job with ticket sales.
Yeah, shit, like Chicago, New York, maybe Brooklyn. Where else?
Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, Detroit.
Dallas. You know, all those
Would be nice if they could actually go to LA and not Inglewood. That Kia Forum is a weird venue.
Like every time I see like a house show, it's like in Des Moines, Iowa, or something like that.
Des Moines,
which is where they were last night.
Right. I'm just saying. Every time I go on Ticketmaster where I'm looking for tickets for like a SmackDown or Raw here or whatever, I always see Des Moines. Maybe it's just because it's when they're around here, they're going there too. You know what I mean? But it's like, how much could you really draw up there? Who knows?
again, yeah, they should maybe stick with the bigger markets, with the bigger metropolises.
That's what I'm saying. Toronto, Calgary,
Yeah,
maybe Philly.
Makes perfect sense to do. I don't know.
Any market maybe with an NFL team.
At least that, right?
Yeah, they could do that. I mean, it would be nice to see a future all in or all out at the Jaguar Stadium in Jacksonville. That would be cool.
But
I mean, they had no problem selling out Wembley.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest stadiums on the planet.
Right. Do you think that
And they
just
did an amazing job selling it out?
Wrestling attendance in general is down, just having fans and just the wrestling community is less?
I don't think so. I mean, pre-WrestleMania, you heard The Rock say that pro wrestling is cool again. And he was a big part of that, of making it cool again.
He was, no doubt about it.
You look at the sellout of both nights of WrestleMania. The demand is strong. Again, AEW's brand recognition is not there. They need to have like better marketing.
Maybe better writing, better match cards.
Yeah. And again, I've said this. I said this last week. WWE is highly hyper focused on the hero and villain narrative, okay, which appeals to kids, to a younger audience. AEW, not so much. You see more males, more older males and older people at their events. So again, maybe a different target market. I think it's just not enough promotion. They got to do a better job of marketing. That's my opinion.
All right, boys. Let's
Agreed. It's like
over.
WWE is for the kids and AEW is for the adults.
For sure. Let's.
But pretty soon,
how it is.
Pretty soon in January, when Raw moves to Netflix, Raw will be for the adults. They're planting seeds, especially with this Dominic and Liv Morgan storyline, which I'm 100% living for. I didn't expect it to cook this. I didn't expect it to cook the way it is cooking right now. Holy shit.
I didn't see it. I did not see Liv put in a better program than Bayley, but it's happening 100%. And to testament of Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day now, I guess. So it's
I'm
cooking.
actually glad you said that. You have a good point there, Carl. I mean, Liv being the women's world champion and on Raw, she's getting more attention and more screen time, while Bailey, the women's champion on SmackDown, she's barely getting any time as a babyface champion. They know how to book a heel champion. They give them the most time, but when it comes to a babyface champion, not so
Yep.
much. I guess it just depends on the name, but come on, put some respect on Bailey's name. Like, don't do this to her. Remember when she was the champion during the pandemic as a heel? She was amazing. She was wonderful, but now she's back as a babyface. Like, okay, switch up.
Well, Trips did say in a post interview media scrum, I guess you want to call it, whatever. He's like, it's way easier to book a heel wrestler than a babyface wrestler. It's so hard. That's why he's over the roof with, Cody Rhodes right now.
It's true, and they did. It's the same thing on NXT. I mean,
Same thing.
also Ciampa when he was NXT champion, chef's kiss.
It's great.
Most hated heel on NXT, coming up to no theme, reigning fuck you Ciampa chants. They know how to make a heel. They know.
They got it. They got it down
Hell,
to
even
science.
putting the
Look
title
at
on him was the
Dom,
right
right?
decision.
But look at Dom. He gets the
he
most heat
was.
out of anybody.
He's Dom. He's funny. He's earning his stripes. He's a lot of fun to watch. He can be serious. He can be funny. He can do it all. I can see him. I know it's early to say this, but I can see him becoming a future heavyweight champion, all in good time.
I think, Joe, you called this earlier that he was going to transition to something special. I didn't see it in the beginning when he was teaming with Ray, and his in-ring was shaky.
I think once, say, when Rey Mysterio retires, there hasn't been any talk of him retiring yet, but I mean, it's eventual. Its time will come. Once that whole narrative dies down, I think a lot more possibilities are going to open up for Dominic, because the father-son rivalry has been going on for quite some time now. They're on the same brand, and I think once Ray calls it a career, that Dominic is going to be his second coming.
I think Dominic should be the one to retire him.
That would make sense.
What I thought was going to happen at WrestleMania a couple of years ago.
That would make sense.
I mean,
his Hall of Fame.
He had to put over his own father for 2 WrestleManias in a row now.
Yeah, but this last WrestleMania was a little too, my word, gimmicky.
Yeah,
they people involved,
and it got put together like last minute. It wasn't very much lead up time.
Those football players who had no business interfering or being in the ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And not only that, I mean, if you take
all football fan service, because they were for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it. That was the only reason why they did it. The running.
I mean, if you strip it all down, take away Carlito and the Judgment Day and Legado and all of that, and you bring it back down to Ray, and you give Ray and Dominic some finality with their whole father-son rivalry. Again, the possibilities are going to open up for Dominic. But right now, hey, have fun with Liv. What did she slip him, a hotel key card?
Yeah, she slipped him a hotel key, and then he brought it to the Judgment Day, hit their clubhouse, I guess they call it, or just the place they chill, and he put it on the table, and he says, "This is what she gave me. She told me she told me to meet her tonight at this hotel." And Carlito's like, "That's cool."
That's cool.
That's cool.
Carlito was literally all
like,
of us.
No. But later on in the program, they were giving each other a dap, and guess who took that hotel key and put it in his pocket? None other than the Demon, Finn Balor, or
He was sneaky about it
it's
too.
it's kind of getting into that like reality show kind of vibes I'm getting, you know, lately because like what Ray's saying, he's saying about this transition to Netflix, it's kind of getting into this like reality show kind of, you know, drama based, uh, I guess maybe sexualized a little bit, but it's
Sure.
still hundreds of families, right? So,
Yeah, but prior to the transition to Netflix, I'm sure it's going to get way more seedy and way more adult themed, if you will. I can see
yeah.
that. Why not?
The return of TV 14. Meanwhile, SmackDown will return to the USA Network and will remain the PG show. Hence why I said earlier that come 2025, Raw will be for the adults and SmackDown will be for the kids.
I mean, if it's going to stay on regular TV or cable TV, that's again, that's going to be good for the WWE because you have those two options. You have to have like a free or cable option, and then you have your Netflix option, the pay option. So,
yeah.
But that was
I'm
a good
excited.
program.
Quickly bring up. I'm sorry, guys. Could we be seeing the end of Ricochet?
Oh, my favorite in-ring performer right now. It hurts
Big,
my heart.
big
The
story.
talk of the town.
The talk of the town.
He took a really bad hit against Braun Breaker. That initial when he threw him into the truck trailer. Oh, his landing did not look good at all. And Ricochet is known for good landings, sticking great landings.
Concrete.
But he's also known for selling.
Man,
So it could have just. It sounded like it hurt, and that's great.
He can do it all.
He's just amazing, and wherever he goes, if he stays here or in WWE or goes AEW or even goes overseas to New Japan or wherever he goes, it's going to be highlight of the night. I guarantee it. So it seemed like they were writing him off. The program.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It seemed like they were writing him off.
That's usually what they do to write off someone that's leaving. They just beat him up very badly and create a kayfabe storyline injury.
Yeah, and that was a pretty bad beating he got on Raw that time. So
if he stays, good for him. If he goes somewhere else, I'll be happy for him. I wouldn't mind seeing him thrive somewhere else, whether it's New Japan or AEW. I mean, Will Ospreay, I think it was today or last night, he already planted the seed of Ricochet possibly coming to AEW. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. You know, he'll win some championship gold. He could run it back with his very good friend Will Ospreay, who they have an amazing chemistry. If you've seen their matches on New Japan, I know I haven't. Watching them work together, always a delight.
Yeah, I hope I wish him the best, but my gosh, what is going to happen to him in the next few weeks?
And so, just to confirm, we all saw Ricochet in WWE, correct? We all maybe saw him live in WWE.
Yes.
Ray?
Excellent.
I did see him. I was introduced to him when he was on Lucha Underground as Prince Puma, and then I watched him in New Japan with his matches against Will Ospreay.
Right.
Until he eventually took his talents to Full Sail University, NXT.
Yep. So good on him. I'll be watching.
According to rumors and according to what Will Ospreay just did, maybe he could be taking his talents to Jacksonville.
Hey, I'm all in.
If that's the case, I'm all for it.
It's all good. I'm watching him regardless of where he goes. But then we got this other program going on. We got Sami Zayn and this Otis and Alpha Academy feud going on. How's this program?
Very captivating storyline.
I think so too.
I don't think it's going to affect.
They're doing a great job. They're firing on all cylinders.
But where do you see Otis after all this, or in all this? Because there's an eventual turn. There's got to be an eventual turn. It has to happen.
As
That's
there's
a payoff, right?
What is the payoff? What is the payoff? Does he
not
turn
the
on Chad
ID.
Gable?
Yeah.
Does he turn on
That's
Chad
eventually
Gable
where
this
it's gonna go.
Saturday? Or
Eventually,
curveball, he turns on Sammy, allowing the Intercontinental title.
I don't know, guys, but that's my time. I got to get out of here. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Have fun. Peace out.
Okay.
I'll see
See
you
you,
next.
Triple J, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
All right, Joe. Have a good night.
Joe has
Well, I guess it's just us now, just for the remaining 10 minutes.
yeah, for 10, 15 minutes.
But
Speaking
it's
on
okay. It's all
Otis.
good. We appreciate him for being here.
Oh yeah, 100%. Joe is a phenomenal.
But yeah, let's continue.
host.
Let's not change the station just yet.
Just don't.
We
Just because he
appreciate it
left
for that.
doesn't
And for
mean
those of you who are watching, thank
losing-
you so much for being with us.
we'll lose an audience, and it's fine. It's fine. He's a draw. But yeah, Otis, I see that. I don't think he's gonna turn on him at Clash, but possibly. Do you see it?
It's a possibility, but I see Gable winning the IC title. I think this is where they do it.
Do you see Otis getting a proper push to maybe get a secondary championship eventually? Or is he gonna always be stuck
I
as
would
the second?
I mean, they put the briefcase on him, but unfortunately, that didn't work out. But I could see him with a secondary title somewhere down the line if they, use him right. He's very beloved in the ring. He's very beloved backstage. He has a good reputation. I've never heard anything negative about the big guy. So maybe.
I think
You never know. Only time will tell.
he's more of a comedy act sometimes. Like when I first saw him, it was more of a comedy act, like kind of comparable to Santino, when he had his thing. And Santino got a didn't he win the IC championship? I think he also won the World Women's Championship.
He did.
But
He won the Intercontinental title on his first night on Raw when Raw was live in Italy back in 2007, shortly after WrestleMania 23, when he defeated Umaga for it, thanks to outside interference from Bobby Lashley, who they were in a program with at the time for the ECW Championship, leading to Backlash 2007.
I couldn't remember all that, but thanks, Ray. You are the walking encyclopedia for me. But I do recall him
I've been told that.
You are the walking
that's the first. If I remember correctly, that is the first of 2 times that he's won. The second time was in 2008 when he was with Beth Phoenix when they defeated Kofi Kingston and Mickey James for the whole mixed tag team winner take all match for both the women's and intercontinental title at SummerSlam 2008.
I can't with that.
It was, but the
was
Glamorella run was fun. It was funny.
It was, yeah.
And then there's that whole storyline of Santino coming for the Honky Tonk Man's record, but sorry, Gunther took that. Gunther took it.
Yes.
And rightfully so, he deserves that honor.
Gunther does deserve
what a
that
magnificent job they did with Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call him, the ring general. He deserves that honor, and pretty soon, I mean, he's number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio at Brown Stadium. Which begs the question, are they going to put the title on him? I say they should, but I think make Drew McIntyre a transitional champion. I think they should give him a long, proper reign. Maybe if they don't put the title, the World Heavyweight title, on Gunther at SummerSlam, then I'm going to say right now, give Gunther the Royal Rumble in 2025. And let him give him his moment at WrestleMania, 41?
I think Punk gets that Royal Rumble, bro.
I think
Punk
so?
is up next. Yeah, I think Punk. I don't know if it's true, but I heard he was
open to the idea.
This.
I'm open for it. I'm all for it. But if not CM Punk, then give it to Gunther.
Gunther's gotta be, yeah. Do you think
Yeah,
Randy Orton should get another run with any of these belts? Just one
sure.
more. Just
Yeah,
one more. I don't care how long, right?
yeah,
Just one more
yeah.
run.
I wouldn't mind.
But we got up
I
and coming
mean,
superstars, man. We got so much great talent coming up.
we do, but who knows how much time Randy has left? I mean, he's off for over a year with a career-threatening back injury,
Yeah. I mean, but
and he
I'd
still
love to
has
see
a
him win
few
the
miles left in the tank.
I'd like to see him bring the pump
I wouldn't
back.
mind seeing Randy and Randy and Randy and Cody. In order for Randy to bring the punt back, you gotta turn him heel and you gotta switch him over to Raw, the adult oriented show, TV
That's
14.
gonna happen. That's
In order
gonna
for it to
happen.
be allowed, because I don't think Fox would like that very much.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that punt was devastating. But up and coming talent, Ilya Dragunov in this Braun Breaker match it's cooking, right? It's a thing. This since
Yes.
Ricochet is maybe written off, he's injured, kayfabe injured, right? This Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker match is gonna be a thing. But moving to Clash of the Castle, we only have 5 matches confirmed, right? There's only 5, and that's
Yeah.
a
A lot of
3 hours
a 3-4 hour show, depending on how much time these
pre-show,
matches
right?
are going. Pre-show, yeah. Well, aside from the pre-show, they still give the pay-per-view itself 4 hours just in case. And yeah, that is an interesting observation that some people brought up this week, that we're 2 days away from Clash of the Castle and the card only has 5 matches. And people are saying that, okay, 5 matches, is it enough? Is it not enough? Maybe they have room for one more match. I think they should add a 6 match to the card.
I think
But granted,
Friday, right? Friday we will find out exactly. They could do it a day before, right? They do it occasionally.
yeah, they could add one more match tomorrow night during the final SmackDown before Clash of the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. But the only reason why I believe they're giving less matches on the pay-per-view cards is just so these matches can get the appropriate amount of ring time, just like how they did it on NXT during the Twitch era,
Right.
the black and gold era, which I miss very much.
It makes sense to it sometimes does, but sometimes doesn't because you're not showcasing as much talent, but at the same time you're letting these matches cook, like you're saying.
Mhm.
Let them go longer. And I think obviously this I Quit match, they're notorious for being crazy long matches, right? These I Quit matches. The last one I remember.
Oh, that
Remember
one's
we
gonna get
talked
time.
about it? The last one that I remember was it was so long ago that it was the Mick Foley and or Mankind versus The Rock. Those I Quit matches were amazing, and every other I Quit match that I
Royal
thought
Rumble
of,
1999.
it just thanks Ray. I remember that one. That's the one. But
John
uh,
Cena versus JBL, Judgment Day 2005.
and do
That
you
was a
remember how
bloodbath.
long they went? It's got to be at least 60, right? You think it's gonna go an hour? Just that match?
Maybe, probably, I'd say maybe a good 30, 35 minutes.
30, 35
That's what I
minutes.
think.
I think it might go the hour because I mean it's a brutal match. It takes, you know, to say somebody I quit, to tell somebody I quit. We'll see how that goes. But we both agree that it's gonna be
Yeah,
Cody on top again. But what a
absolutely.
swerve! But what a swerve it would be if somehow, some way, AJ pulled it off, just for a week, just for a week.
Imagine. I mean, Mama Rhodes she's on, she's Scotland bound with Cody, so maybe they'll somehow use her in the match, just like at WrestleMania. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe,
It could
maybe
happen.
it's a brutal
I
match.
mean,
She's gonna see herself.
look at Copeland versus Look at Copeland versus Balor, that I Quit match. They use Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, yeah.
concerto Beth Phoenix to force Adam Copeland to quit. So maybe, just maybe, they could use Mama Rhodes. I mean, I hope not, but you never know. Just as long as she agrees with it, she could very well
Yep.
be a factor. Who knows? You never know what they're capable of, what they're gonna do. But all in all, I'm excited to see the match, an I Quit match for the WWE title. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good match, especially those two athletes, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. You know, say what you
Former
want.
Bullet Club members, their match
Be a
at
great match.
Backlash, absolutely cooked. So I have no doubt in my mind that their match at Clash of the Castle will cook, with this time being an I Quit match for the WWE Championship.
Let's finish these predictions. Let's go Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. Who's your pick?
Drew McIntyre.
100%. I'm on the same boat. We got
100%. Give him his moment.
Bailey Piper.
Bailey.
I got Piper on this one.
Okay.
Just hometown. I don't think you know what?
Okay, I respect it.
All right, cool. Let's move on. Sammy
They
versus.
will give someone the hometown win. Drew.
Yeah,
Gable.
it's got to be Drew. And you got Gable.
I got my predictions down, so I'll be Gable. Yeah, Gable. I got my predictions down, so I will be. For those of you who are watching, I will be live tweeting during the show, during Clash of the Castle, putting in my predictions, and I will be keeping score on my predictions. So you heard it here first.
You got it, buddy. You guys go check out his Twitter to get all those predictions. Bianca Belair and Jade versus Alba and Isla. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
Isla Dawn.
Yeah, Shayna. The women's tag team championship match.
It's okay.
Shayna
I thought it was
Baszler,
Isla too, but then we had the nice commentators correct us.
I'm just reading
Bianca
it right now.
And Bianca and Jade.
Yeah, 100%. Nobody goes over them.
I mean,
and
I swear they lose the titles without getting involved in the decision.
For sure. That's all the time we got, Ray. We run in the
Drew,
time.
Bianca and Jade, Gable, and Bailey.
You guys go see his Twitter. Check out his Twitter. Check out my Twitter as well. We always try to do a better job every week. If we didn't satisfy our viewers this week, we always try better. We appreciate any feedback you have, any comments. Just like, subscribe. I'm Carl Smarks. He is Second City Rain, and we are out.
Thank you very much for joining us. Follow